Now, when it comes to Drake, OVO, their bot brigade, Akademiks, and every other clown lining up for the Hall of Fame of the Legion of Lame, oh, buckle up, because if you're ready to watch how their fearless leader marched his minions straight into the lowest low they've ever hit, and what they're doing now while thinking they've pulled off the gotcha of a lifetime, well, this is where we expose the grimy games Drake's been running and what this all really says about him. After this, nobody's looking at him the same. This is the kind of mess that makes you realize Drake is walking trash in human form. Leave a like and subscribe, seriously, because what we're about to dive into is such a catastrophic clown moment that even we haven't gone in this hard before. All because Drake just can't keep his mouth shut. He cannot take an L quietly. Again, like and subscribe because from this point on, the Drake stans are going to get emotional, cry in threads, and try every excuse possible. They're not stopping anything. So, what sparked this newest meltdown from the world's biggest collection of losers? It's all tied to a new Twitter update revealing the region every account is actually from, and that's where the chaos kicks off. Because once people saw that a ton of major hip-hop pages aren't even in America, faces cracked. A lot of pages pretending to be US-based, not US-based at all. And look, there is a real conversation worth having about people cosplaying, cultures, and identities they're not part of. That's valid. That sets a messy precedent. But as usual, the OVO Drake Akademiks Legion of Lames group took a real issue and did what they always do, twisted into the most embarrassing, desperate spectacle possible. And despite the fact that half of Drake's OVO pages are from random corners of the world, we're not even wasting time listing them. They whipped up weird edits, collages, and callouts aimed at Kendrick Lamar fan pages that aren't even from America. They tried to spin it into some huge aha, bots exposed moment. Suddenly, anyone who supported Not Like Us or said Drake doesn't have the cultural identity to say half the things he says, according to them, all bots, all fake, all machines. Some of the pages being from India? Oh, that's where things turn ugly. Because Drake, the leader of this entire circus, did something so irresponsible, so immature, so gross, and so painfully pathetic, even by his low standards, that it deserves its own chapter. Because now, Drake's fanbase, instead of acknowledging their own identical situation, has spent the last 2 days pretending the entire beef has flipped. In their heads, they won. Kendrick's momentum, apparently all from India, all gosling the culture. This isn't jokes anymore. The groupthink has sunk into straight up nastiness. They're spreading some vile stuff I'm not even repeating, and it's become unhinged. They're circulating images like this and using the fact that Kendrick has fans worldwide to spew hateful, disgusting comments. And here's where Drake himself steps in. Instead of shutting it down, he's been out here liking these posts, boosting anything that tears down Kendrick supporters in this fake narrative, and spreading some of the ugliest, most ignorant takes imaginable about entire groups of people. Look at one example. A Drake fan page posts, TDE's most influential Twitter account, claiming to be a black man from Compton, is actually based in India. Then they throw in some generated image of Kendrick next to AI images meant to mock Indian fans. And Drake liked it. You can literally see his name under it. And once he did that, the floodgates opened. More hateful edits, more lies, more disgusting generalizations about people who did absolutely nothing except support a rapper. Now that Drake is co-signing this mess, people are seeing his name under more and more of these posts. So let's break down what we're really looking at. One of the biggest artists on the planet, supposedly, has had his ego shattered so badly by losing a rap beef that he's now publicly endorsing hateful, nasty, ignorant content aimed at entire countries just to take cheap shots at Kendrick Lamar. And the main group they've targeted? India. And it's not even subtle. It's embarrassing. It's desperate. And it's exposing exactly how far Drake has fallen. I mean, coming from the same guy who said that downright ignorant nonsense about Kendrick's intro on Family Matters, it's honestly not shocking he's sinking this low. The arrogance, the attitude, the way he talks down on people just to polish up his own image. Classic Drake at this point. Seeing him interact with his generated slot machine posts full of hateful garbage and actually reaffirming them, not even subliminal, just loud, messy desperation. Meanwhile, Drake's bands are sprinting around acting like this whole reveal proves something earth-shattering, all because a handful of people were tweeting about hip-hop from other countries while pretending to be American. That was the only issue, the pretending. And yes, Drake fans do this too, plenty of them. But the way they're twisting it, not about ethics, not about identity. It's just an excuse to spread disgusting hate like the examples already floating around. You can see the malice, you can see the ignorance, and it's all for absolutely no reason. And now we're staring at the inevitable. Drake, his fan base, and the entire propaganda machine he adores have hit such a monumental fail that this is his biggest play. Look at where he was a year or two ago. Look at where he is now. The fall off is insane, pathetic, nasty, and embarrassing for the entire OVO community he's currently enabling. They're calling this tiny situation some massive expose, proving Kendrick faked everything in the beef and never had real success. And now, J. Cole fans are crawling out to say Port Antonio aged perfectly, and Cole told the truth like it's their personal Super Bowl. Can we not? It's somehow even more annoying than hearing that J. Cole track where he lies through his teeth about the guy he's clearly jealous of, no matter how much nice guy enlightenment he tries to cosplay. But speaking of annoying, it gets worse. Right alongside Cupcake Drake is his favorite delivery app warrior, the DoorDash Hall of Famer himself, DJ Akademiks. And what Akademiks said about all this, he outdid himself, went peak weird and peak disgusting. I can't even capture the ugliness in my own words, so brace yourself for this audio trash fire. Insert his rant. And with that, you see the entire problem. He took a real issue, a real conversation about authenticity, and twisted it into pure xenophobia, pure ignorance, pure clown behavior, making nasty comments about whole groups of people to score points for a rapper who lost a battle. Completely unwarranted, completely disgusting. Because at the end of the day, that's all this is. Kendrick Lamar beat Drake. They're mad about it. They're in denial about it, and they're spiraling because of it. So watching Akademiks Meltdown and seeing Drake fans clap like brain-dead group thinkers brought me to one very simple conclusion. And it needs to be said plainly. Drake fans, Drake stans, OVO, and anyone proudly calling themselves one of October's very own losers, let's be serious for a moment. You have proven something undeniable. From the top of the chain, Drake himself, all the way down to the weirdest little burner account in the basement, you are the most pathetic collection of people ever assembled around a single cause. And forget Kendrick for a second. Forget the beef. Even if you just disliked him, sure, whatever. Perspective is perspective. But the desperation, the delusion, the need to twist reality because Kendrick keeps winning and Drake keeps losing, that's where the mask looks. Because now you've crossed the line. It's no longer about making Kendrick look like a bad rapper or even trying to paint him as a liar. You're so desperate, you're dragging in entire countries and now we're at the part where Drake's hive has fully crossed the line, dragging entire groups of people and whole countries like India into their meltdown. Just raw, disrespectful hate disguised as a gotcha moment. Shame on them. Seriously, shame on every single one of them. This is so disgusting and such a new low for Drake that it's wild he's even getting away with it. In an era where everyone gets canceled over anything, how is this the moment people are quiet? any other artist pulls something even half this reckless, and the internet is on their neck instantly. I have no idea how Drake hasn't been hit with full-blown backlash yet, because this behavior isn't messy celebrity drama, it's straight-up garbage. And honestly, it doesn't even make me angry anymore. It's past anger. It's just disappointment. Like watching someone you once respected trip face first into the mud and just stay there. But of course, the Drake stans are scrambling. They're doing their little vocal gymnastics, trying to twist everything into Kendrick this, Kendrick that, pretending it's all harmless jokes when it absolutely isn't. Because right now, if you go on social media and look at the conversations actually happening, you'll see real people getting hit with hateful nonsense they never asked for. All because Drake signaled to his fan base, go ahead, target these people. It's fair game as long as you're defending me. And the stans ran with it like programmed NPCs. They're using Kendrick as a shield to justify absolutely unhinged behavior. If this was just rap, cool. Keep it rap. Drag each other's bars, numbers, catalogs. But to turn a hip-hop beef into an excuse to spin on innocent people from other countries, that's next-level disgusting. And the funniest part? Drake fans stay claiming Kendrick is the bad guy, the problem, the real danger. Meanwhile, Drake himself goes from the arrogant line in Family Matters all the way to openly telling his fans, go clown an entire country because I'm insecure about losing. They call people not like us weird losers, and they're spreading memes that look like they crawled straight out of a sewer. And it's 2025. How are they still acting like this is okay? Because now we really see it. When you watch how these people behave, how fast they drop all morals just to defend Drake, you realize the truth. They're not like any of us. They're not like anyone with basic decency. They're the bottom of the barrel, the rot of the rot, the most disgraceful crew clinging to a sinking rapper. Turning a rap beef into an opportunity to humiliate people around the world who literally did nothing. It's pure filth. Yes, a few accounts were pretending to be from places they weren't. That's the only legitimate issue. The rest are just fans, normal fans, living their lives. But Drake stans took that and turned it into full-blown harassment because that's who they are when the mask drops. I can't even use half the words I want to because I'd get flagged instantly. But what I can't say is this. You can tell exactly who's winning and who's spiraling. Kendrick's quiet, prepping new music, touching souls worldwide, heading to Australia unbothered. His fans are chillin', watching the meltdown unfold. Meanwhile, Drake's side is out here doing the most vile, embarrassing, rotten stuff you can imagine. So let me ask you again, honestly. Who's been right this entire time? Who won the beef? Because no actual winner behaves like this. No winner acts this desperate, this hateful, this out of control. And that's everything for this one. Tell me what you think about Drake, his fan base, and the sludge they just unleashed online. What do you make of this whole moment? What did it reveal? What did it expose? Because let's be real, nothing productive is happening. Just desperate weirdos taking half-truths and twisting them into disgusting attempts at a moment. We'll see where it goes. Hopefully, Drake finally gets the backlash he deserves because this is truly vile. If you made it this far and haven't yet, drop a like and hit subscribe. It helps a ton and I really appreciate it. Hope you're having a great week. And if you want to stick around, the next video is wild. Childish Gambino said some outrageous things at Camp Flogna that might actually get him sued by Drake next. You do not want to miss this classic Gambino moment. Check out the suggested video.